Hey, and welcome back. The internet and social media have made recruiters' lives a lot easier. It's now possible to reach a wide network of potential employees with just a click of a button. However, there are still plenty of tried and true old-fashioned techniques being used in the industry today, including cold calling. Cold calling is one of the most effective ways of generating leads and getting appointments, especially as a beginner with little to no networks of contacts. Additionally, new employees at a staffing agency will likely be tasked with making a certain number of cold calls per day. This can be especially daunting if you're brand new to a sales-like environment and haven't done cold calling before. It is likely a source of stress and anxiety for many recruiters who are starting out. But never fear. In this video, we're going to cover some tips for cold calling, what you can do to prepare before making calls, how to best conduct yourself while you're on the phone with a potential client, and what the next steps are after concluding a call. But before we get started, as always, please consider liking, subscribing, clicking that bell. It's completely free and really helps us out a lot. What is cold calling? For those unfamiliar, cold calling is a way of generating potential leads by researching open positions at different companies and offering to help fill them. It may sound like an easy sell, you have expertise in something they need assistance with, how hard can it be? The truth is, cold calling for recruiters is very similar to sales. You have to convince the other person that what you're offering has value and is worth paying for. This can be especially difficult if they are already working with another recruiter that they already like. Effective cold calling tips. Luckily, there are things you can do to increase your chances of winning a client over, many of which you can easily prepare for before even picking up the phone. Before the call, do your research. One of the most important things to do early on in the call is establish your credibility. If you call a potential client with no idea what the company does or the roles that they're looking to fill, why should they trust you with such an important task? Before the call begins, take your time to research the company to ensure that you come off as a seasoned and knowledgeable veteran. You want to have a good understanding of their mission, long-term goals, corporate culture, and even their history and founders. In addition, make sure you know what open positions they have and do appropriate research on those as well. What are the role's qualifications, required skills, and salary? Check their job listings, social media sites, websites, and other sources to ensure you're knowledgeable about the company. Have purpose, set goals. You should go into a cold call with set goals in mind. Know the purpose of the call and what you want to get out of it. What are you trying to accomplish? When the call has ended, what is the ideal outcome? A potential client won't want to work with you unless you have something to offer them. It could be a potential candidate or a consultation appointment. Anything to get you further along in the process with the client. Going into a cold call unprepared will make the call aimless. Having a set goal in mind will help you positively steer the conversation in the right direction. Prepare candidates. The best way to demonstrate the value of your service is to have some potential candidates prepared to present to the client right away. Make sure you research their open positions and offer a candidate who is a good fit instead of coming to them with nothing and asking them to work with you. By presenting a candidate, you are proving to them you're value focused and you have their best interest at heart. During the call, strong opening. The opening of a cold call makes the biggest impact. You only have around a minute to convince the potential client that they need what you're offering. You have to be succinct and to the point, but remain personable. A good opener introduces who you are, why you're calling, and will give them a reason to want to speak with you further. Make sure you include as much specific information as possible based on your research, and show them that you have a strong grasp on their company and any potential job openings that they have. Stay friendly and positive. Be positive. Keep a high energy level, be warm and personable. Your client or candidate will feel more comfortable talking to you. Even though you're talking to someone over the phone and not face to face, smile. It helps communicate positivity through your voice as you'll be more articulate. Remember to speak in terms of what they need and how you can help them reach their goals. One great, simple way of establishing a positive rapport with someone is to use their name frequently. It makes the other person feel important and establishes a certain level of trust. Ask questions. So during the call, it's important to demonstrate your commitment by asking pointed and specific questions about the open positions and their requirements. After this call, it should be clear about what you should be looking for in candidates, so you need to gather as much information as possible. Here are some things to be thinking and inquiring about during the call. Maximum salary, preferred experience, essential skills, responsibilities. Who is their boss or manager? How long has the position been open? Pipeline status, interview process, what other tools and resources are they using? Listen. Always be ready to let the other person talk. They will likely ask questions about you, your qualifications, and achievements. Be sure to address any questions or concerns promptly and honestly. Taking the time to listen to the potential client and consider their side demonstrates that you're a team player and willing to take feedback. After the call to action. always end the call with the next step for the potential client. This can be thought of as a call to action. Without this, you may lose them or they may ignore you. Make the next step as clear as possible over the phone. You want your client or candidate to be eager for the next call. If you intend to call them back, set a date and time and commit to it. Keep the ball rolling forward. Follow up. Never leave a client hanging in the dark after a call. Keep an open line of communication to show that you're ready and available for them to address your concerns in a timely manner. Alright, so this just about wraps up this video on tips for effectively cold calling in the recruiting industry. If you have any of your own tips, tricks, or stories about cold calling, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Love to hear from you. Otherwise, if you like this video, want to see more like it, please consider liking, subscribing, clicking that bell. Really helps us a lot. Completely free. Feel free to also follow me at Preston_Park as I try my best to also post daily. Thanks again and we'll see you on the next one.